A very good morning. So before moving to the next concept in VPC, do you have any other questions in the previous topic? No questions, right? Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. Would you please confirm from your end?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So yesterday, what is the concept we discussed? VPN, right? Virtual Private Network. So with that help, we can connect the private subnet instances directly with the private IP. Okay, that's really good concept. That's really good concept. So today we are going to VPC. So I'll show you some real-time scenario. Okay, you can please understand. So right now I'm in North Virginia data center. Okay, right now I'm in North Virginia data center. I'm going to VPC in North Virginia. There are two VPCs available. One is a default VPC with a 172.31 series of network. Okay. Another VPC is North Virginia VPC 192.168. Guys, can you please tell me practically these two private IP addresses will communicate? Practically, this IP address will communicate to this, and this IP address will communicate to this IP address. Is this practically possible?
Um,
No, right? Because listen carefully. So basically, if this IP address 172.31.0.0/16 means this is a range means separate network. That means 172.31.0.1 to 172.31.255.255. This is one range. Only within this IP address systems able to communicate each other. Okay. And coming to another VPC network, 192.168.0.0/16. That means 192.168.0.1 to 192.168.255.255. This is one range. Only within this IP address will able to communicate each other. So practically, we'll do small demo. Okay, practically, we will do small demo. Okay, so right now in North Virginia location, I'm in EC2. I'm in EC2. Okay, see, right now, there are total three servers are there. Leave about the VPN. The web and DB both are a new VPC. That's a 192.168 series. So what we need to do, let me power on these instances. Let me power on these instances. Let me power on these instances. Okay. So for understanding purpose, I'll draw a small picture so that you can easily understand the scenario. You will understand the scenario. See, this is one VPC. This is a default VPC. This is a default VPC, and this is a custom VPC. Okay, we change the color for understanding purpose. Huh? So this VPC name is default VPC, and this is custom VPC. So ENV VPC. This CADR range is 192.168.0.0/16. This range is 172.31.0.0/16. Now, in this particular here, so I have a subnets. I have a subnets, public subnets, private subnets, both are there. Okay, I'm not writing another routing table and are not required. Later I will write it. Same way I'm going to, one public subnet is there. So different public subnets are there. I'm going to take one public subnet to create an instance. So right now, one web server is there. One DB server is available. One DB server is available. Are you clear? So the next concept is, first, this web server able to connect this DB server that you have seen the concept. Okay. Now I'm going to create one server in this particular subnet. Okay. This server I'm going to create. What's the name? What's the name I'm going to create? Some NFS server, network file share server. I'm going to create NFS server. Okay. I'm going to create a NFS server. So for that, I'm going to launch an instance. The server name is NFS share Windows Mission 2022. Okay. And next key pair is Windows 2016 weekend key pair. Network settings, default VPC I'm selecting. Subnet I'm selecting availability zone A. Existing security group we are selecting. That's a default one. Okay. And the public IP address by default we need it. And that's it. So I'm going to launch an instance. Are you clear? As of now, the lab is everything is ready now. As of now, everything is ready. I'm going to connect this particular web server. So actually, this time remote desktop connection manager, I think not that. So I'm going to use Mobextrum. So Mobextrum also is a kind of tool to connect the missions remotely. It's a freely available in internet. You can download it, guys. Okay, it's freely available in the Mobextrum. You can download it. Okay. What is the session I'm going to connect? Azar, which session I need to connect the Windows mission?
RDP.
SH. Perfect answer. Good. So remote host name. Username is administrator. Okay, port number 3389. That's correct. And click OK. So what's the password? What is the password? I don't know. I need to extract the password from keypad file. I'm pasting software here and save it. Show the password and click OK. Now this machine is successfully connected. So the machine is successfully connected. So this is a default VPC machine or maybe any other name. You can tell me. This is a custom VPC machine or default VPC?
Is it default?
No, custom. I connected this machine, right?
Yeah, true. That's correct.
I connected web machine, right? So web is custom VPC. Okay. I mentioned here custom VPC. Okay. So what you called ENV VPC. Perfect. So next, I'm going to connect a NFS server. Session, RDP, paste here, administrator, click OK, password. Next, right click, connect, RDP client, sorry, not this, get password. Meanwhile, we can check the security group configurations. Okay, the RDP I need to remove here. Okay. I need to add a rule. are successfully connected. So the windows are opening now. So please wait for some time. So now NVVPC machine is successfully ready. And both machines are ready now. So this is default VPC. Okay. See guys, now I'm in North Virginia VPC, the custom VPC now. I'm going to open command prompt. Check IP config. This IP address is 192.168.155. Okay. So I'm going to connect this web server to DB server, whether it's pinging or not. What's the DB server IP address? 192.168.20.252. So ping 192.168.20.252. It is not pinging. Do you know why this is not pinging? Any reason?
That gateway is not enabled in public.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. NAT gateway is not a configure. But NAT gateway, why it is required? It's an internet connection, right? So because of both are in the same subnet, right? I'm connecting with the private network to private network only. So what is the problem here? So first we need to check the network configurations. So NVVPC subnets. So public subnet, public subnet, and private subnet. See, this IP address, what we will get normally? What is IP address we'll get normally? 192.168.10 series. Yes, am I right? But what is IP address we have received it? 172.31.36. The web server. Which web server? This server, we are getting this is a different IP address it is showing. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. Okay. Something is wrong. So what we need to do, we have to correct this issue right away. So now the names are maybe changing. See, 172.36.115. Okay, this is the one. This is not a NDBPC. This is actually default.
Raj, I think it is not changing that when you're clicking on the left session.
Exactly, exactly. Right. This is a NVBPC. Okay. Now is it clear? Maybe session is not perfectly refreshed. That's one of the reason we got this issue. Okay. Any other question?
I think 54 is NVVPC, can we check that?
54 is 54 is 54 is the default
NVVPC.
NVVPC. 54 is NVVPC. Again, the name is not perfectly changed.
No,
See,
when
something is
you
different.
are selecting that, no, the above tabs are, it is not refreshing. I think you need to click explicitly on the tabs, Rajesh, not
Yeah.
on that, on the right side.
Mhm.
250 to 151. So you need to select those tabs, not the left side one what you're selecting.
Probably I'll do one thing. So probably I'll do one thing. Uh, First, I will fix one server. Okay. Then I will fix another server. Okay. I have removed one server. 3838. What it is? This is a one. Okay. This is a default VPC, right? So now I'm going to run CMD. It's a perfect IP address. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right. Next, I'm going to connect a web server, copy the IP address. Administrator. Okay. Now it's perfectly changed. Okay. This is a default VPC. This is NVVPC. Now, right now I'm in which server? Web server. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm in web server. Okay. IP config. This is IP address. I'm going to ping which server? This DB server. I'm going to ping DB server. What is IP address? 20.252. So why this is not communicating? Any reason? It is showing 100% loss. So shall I take MSTSC to connect the machine? It will work or not? Tell me, how many people will say connect? How many people will say not connect? I'm connecting from web server to DB server. Will connect or not?
It will
It will
not.
connect. It will connect. Why? Because of its RDP. So if you go to the DB server security group, in the security group, the default security group, okay, edit inbound rule, here we have, so RDP is allowed and also all traffic is allowed. Are you clear? So that's why we're able to successfully connecting. But why is ping is not working? Ping is not working. What is the reason? Check firewall. Firewall is enabled. Turn off it on the web server. Okay. Now we can ping the server. Still it is not getting. What is the next requirement? We need to disable the firewall on DB server also. So I'm going to connect the DB server. So from web server to connecting the DB server, because of both the private IP address is successfully connecting. Good. Now I'm disabling the firewall on DB server. Now the pinging is working fine. Yes, both are pinging successfully, no issues. Any other question here? Any other question? Now I'm trying to take RDP from, okay, from web server to DB, RDP is working fine. Okay. So I'm connecting from web server to NFS server, RDP will work or not? I'm trying to connect web server to NFS from one VPC to another VPC, RDP will work or not? Can you please say how many people say yes, how many people say no?
Work, Rajesh.
Sorry?
It should work. Yes.
It should work. How it will work, Praveen? Because of this is a different IP address, this is a different
It
IP
will
address.
not
How
work
it
out,
will work?
right? It will not
It
out.
will not work. It will not work. You can see. So go to instances, NFS, copy the private IP address. MSTSC, it will not connect. Okay, private IP address is not working. Can we use public address to connect? Can you please tell me how many people say yes or no? will able to connect from public IP address. Listen carefully. From this web server to this NFS server, first to private IP address I tried, it's not working. Now I'm trying with the public IP address, internet IP. Will work or not?
Yes, it will work.
It will work. Why?
Because
Both are internet connected. Both are internet connected. LAN is not connected, but both are internet is connected. But I don't want to connect with the public IP. I want to connect with the private IP. How can I solve this problem? How can I solve this problem? So we can achieve this issue, we can achieve this network configuration by using there's a concept called VPC peering. What's the concept called? VPC peering. Okay. Where is a VPC peering? Peering connections. So by default, there is no VPC peering connections. We need to create a connection. So what is the purpose we are creating? Configuration between default VPC2, NV VPC communication. What is a requester? Requester means source. You can select default VPC. What is the acceptor? To address. So the to address may be in the same AWS account, maybe different AWS account, maybe same region or different region. Anything will be fine. So which one is a true address? Please tell me. Default VPC or NV VPC?
Custom VPC.
Sir,
NVVPC.
choose చెప్పండి sir. So
NVVPC.
this is already we selected default VPC requester from acceptor to. Which one is now? It already అయిపోయింది కదండి. This is already we selected default VPC in the requester. Now it is a NV VPC. Listen, very easy concept. Now and create a peering connection. Create a peering connection. So pending acceptance. Acceptance is pending. So now go here, accept request, accept it. Now you can go here, peering connection, active. Now can go here. So previously we have connected with the, we connected with the private IP address, right? Now can try to connect. So why it is not connecting? Any reason? VPC peering connection is created between default VPC and custom VPC, but still it is not working. What is the reason?
Rajesh, I think you are connecting from NVVPC to the default VPC. That connections both work.
Both work.
Either system, if you start giving that, it doesn't matter, right? Receiving or
Sorry?
connect.
So we created a connection. We created a route. Okay. We created a route between the default VPC to custom VPC. Okay.
Mhm.
As per our scenario, between two VPC, one bridge is created. But it's not connecting, right? That's my question.
Correct. The request is either coming from the other side also, it will accept. Either side, the request is accept, right? From your, what I mean to say, NVVPC to default or default to NVVPC?
See, if Hyderabad to Chennai, if you construct the road, both vehicles we can easily can free flow, right? Between the Chennai to Hyderabad,
Yeah.
no problem.
Okay.
Two-way communication is possible with a single road.
That means we need to disable the firewall.
Already disable the firewalls, right? What else? So all the traffic will be managed by VPC in which component? All the traffic will be managing in the VPC. Which component?
Gateway.
I'm showing you. Gateway.
NAT gate.
Who will be managing the routes? Route table? Yes or no? So right now, the public routing table, what are the routes are available? Local and internet. Do you mention anywhere? This particular 172.31.0.0 network is configured? No, right? So right now, I mean, this particular routing table, I need to mention this traffic. So add a route 172.31.0.0/16 through which we are connecting. Peering connection. So peering connection, we need to select. Save it. Perfect. Same way, go to route tables. This is a default route table. Routes, edit routes. Which route we need to enable? Local and internet gateway is there. So did anywhere 192.168 route is available? No, right? So what we need to do? Add only 172 network is there. I'm going to add 192.168.0.0 through which you are connecting VPC peering selecting. So we successfully connected the bridge, successfully connected the particular route. Now you can click connect, it will work. Okay. Now can click connect, it will work. This is called VPC peering. I can understand this is a little bit tough configuration, but follow my diagram, follow the video, okay? Do the same type of instances. You can practice multiple times. It will work successfully. Okay. Any other questions?
Rajesh,
Yes, please.
when the pinging was failing, we did the firewall disable. But in the projects, like we won't have the access for the same. So how the projects are configured? Like the firewall already disabled there in such cases.
Windows machines firewall disable is not a big thing. So we can do that. Okay. Because of all the firewalls are managed by the firewall team.
Mm-hmm.
The operating system level firewalls you can turn off, not an issue.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Any other questions?
Hi, sir. One question, like under what situations we do this pairing concept? Any example?
Sorry?
Under what situations we do this pairing concept?
No, everywhere we are using. So we have a different projects, different
Mhm.
subnets. When we want to communicate, definitely we need to use a VPC peering.
Okay,
Hmm.
thank you.
Everywhere we are using. No questions, right? Thank you. Please practice. Don't forget.
Sure.
Once the
Thank
practice
you.
is done, please shut down all the instances. Thank you.
Thank you.